Do not get lost in identity shifting or behaving as if technique. You can claim to have as many identities as you want, but you can only have one heart, which is your true identity. People say if you want to experience change in your life, you have to change yourself first. You have to fake it until you make it. For example, if you want money in your life, try to behave like a millionaire first. If you want to be an artist, behave and think like you were already an artist. If you want a car, behave as if you have already got a car, and then the car will come to you. Sounds nice and easy, right? But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You may really get a lot of money, or finally become an artist, or receive a car, or get whatever you want in life. However, these things do not come to your life through your techniques, through your behaving like, but through your being, through your silent inner knowing. You can spend your whole life behaving like you are an artist, but never really have your own working exhibition. You can try as much as you like to behave like a dancer, but never really get a chance to perform at stage. If all of your doing is behaving like, then all of your getting back is merely looking like. You see, a real artist never tried to behave like an artist. A real dancer doesn't need to behave like a dancer. They are just being themselves authentically. And who has the right to decide what an artist or a dancer should behave like? The answer is that they decide themselves. Just like a tree never needs to behave like a tree, a mountain never needs to think about how to behave like a mountain. They are just being what they are, naturally and effortlessly. After all, what a good need a one to imitate itself for. You get everything from your inner knowing and being, never your behaving like. Words spoken aloud just warm the air. The true power comes from, and only from, the harmony between the mind and the heart. When you try to behave like, you forget your heart, your only unique, beautiful heart. That is also the reason why so many people who apply the reality-creating techniques feel like they have lost themselves and are always pretending to be somebody else. You cannot lie to yourself. You can try to, but you just can't. And you are never going to fool yourself. You can use tons of methods to try to deceive the mind, but you can never be able to cheat your heart. At first, your heart may pretend to cooperate with the mind, to play the new role, to try to behave like somebody for you to get something out there. But deeply inside, it knows that you are just playing a game, putting on another mask. What for? It doesn't know. And until one day, after a long period of moil in your elaborate role-playing, nothing happens. You still do not get what you want. Then you get pissed off. You are burned out, and you give up resentfully and despairingly. The reason why people so easily get lost and become delusional in reality creating, by shifting their so-called self-identity and the behaving as if technique, is that they think they are getting what they want from the outside instead of the inside. It is as if there is a higher power to decide and says, okay, if somebody behaves like this or that, then he or she could get this or that. But no, again, it is not this way. People are trying to manipulate the universe for it to give them what they want, but forget that they are the universe itself. There is nothing outside of them. They never need to manipulate or trick themselves. They already have everything they are asking for within. The only person you need to convince to give you the thing you want is you. There is no outside authority. You are the authority. You are the boss. Whatever you said goes. When you realize you are the decider, creator in and receiver in your reality, and even you are reality itself, you will understand how unnecessary, useless, and kind of ridiculous it is to ask yourself to give yourself something while you know you already have everything inside. Do you think that God needs to ask somebody or a higher power to be given something? Isn't it absurd? If God wants, God gets, no matter what it is. So do you. You don't need to behave like or to pretend to get. Your heart always knows what you want, infallibly. You can convince your mind, but you can never convince your heart, because your heart doesn't think, it feels and knows. So, the question is, do you really want what you want wholeheartedly, or you just enjoy wanting it? You can spend your whole life fantasizing and daydreaming anything you want, but never get them in your real hands. But if you truly want what you want sincerely, do not ask, do not plea, do not demand, do not behave like. Just decide and go ahead, get it with your heart. You see, you don't need to behave like anybody else to get a specific thing, because there is no two you. There is only one you, the real you who owns a heart.